Breaking news. The Dodgers are advancing to the NLCS. They're up 1-0 here. Bottom of the seventh, trying to get an insurance run. Kik Hernandez says, I will do just that. Tattoos that one off of you, Darvish, who really made just 2 mistakes all night long. And that was enough for LA to be victorious. Blake Trinan, the bullpen trying to shut down Fernando Tatis Jr. And they do. The final out. LA. There will be no collapsing in the divisional round this time around. And part of the reason why Yoshinobu Yamamoto, 5 innings, 2 hits, 0 earned runs, really got this team off great. Shut down the Padres bats. And they are moving on to the NLCS. Time now to welcome in CBS Sports MLB analyst and World Series champion Will Middlebrooks to recap Game 5 between the Dodgers and the Padres. And Will, for the 16th time, LA heading to the NLCS. And before the game, you told me the Padres had the edge in pitching with Yu Darvish on the mound. And look, he pitched well enough to win this game. But on the flip side, what impressed you the most about the way Yoshinobu Yamamoto in this bullpen just completely silenced the Padres bats?
Yeah, Chris, I think it was a combination of Yamamoto being really locked in and the Padres bats had just gone cold. They finished the season on a 24-inning scoreless streak. That can't happen. From what I hear, you have to score more on the other team to win, and that's just not going to do it. But Yamamoto, his fastball was 97 to 98. He was hitting his spot. Wherever Will Smith put his glove, he hit it. And when you're able to get ahead of hitters with 97, 98 miles an hour, any quadrant of strike zone, you go to your split and your slider, and the hitters are so much more susceptible to chasing the off speed outside of the zone when they know you're going to throw your fastball for a strike. And he was able to get ahead. He was able to pound that fastball in there and then get a lot of chase and weak contact out of zone on the off speed. He hadn't thrown well earlier in that series when he faced the Padres. He hadn't thrown well at all against the Padres in 3 outings previous to this tonight all season against the Padres. Obviously, he had the shoulder issue. He missed a lot of time, so he couldn't really work his pitch count up and work as deep as he needed to. But he didn't need to go that deep just because that bullpen's been really good for them.
Yeah, the bullpen definitely anchored him. He did the first part, and they said, we got you from here. On the hitting side, man, if your last name was Hernandez, it was a great night from you. What did you like the way they approached the bats? First Kike, right, in the second, and then Teoscar just saw that ball over the middle and said, I'm delivering this one to make sure we have some insurance run.
So the book on Yu Darvish is attack him early in the counts. The deeper he gets in on counts on you, the nastier he gets. And he has 9 different pitches, so it gets really hard to lock in on an approach against him. So you saw the Dodgers hitters take that to the plate and be super aggressive early. Kik Hernandez, that was a fastball that was meant to be outer third, ended up running back middle end. Kik Hernandez is just born for the big games. He's got 14 postseason homers now. He's been hitting home runs at a faster clip in the postseason as far as bats go, more than Manny Ramirez. So Manny Ramirez has more homers than everybody in the postseason, but Kike's been hitting them more often, which is crazy to even think about. But he has a knack for the big game. He did that in Boston. He had 5 home runs in the postseason in 2021. He just loves the big moment. And then Teoscar, just more of the same. He was one of their best players all year. Saw him in the home run derby launching balls. This guy, slow heartbeat. They have a lot of those guys on that team, and just came up in big moments. With the pitching they had, they knew they only had to score a couple, and they got it.
Exactly. 7 RBI for Teoscar Hernandez in the series, most for the team. And you know, Will, there's been so much pressure on the Dodgers lately, especially you add Shohei Ohtani, all the money that you're paying him. How much of a relief do you think it is that they did not fail to get out of the NLDS this year, and now they're advancing to where people expect them to be?
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, go and you spend over $1 billion in free agency, right? And you sign all these high-profile players. You're expected to win, right? And it's not always the case in our game. That's just how it works. You look at Detroit and Cleveland. They're 24th and 28th in payroll, and they're playing for in a game tomorrow to go to 1 step away from a World Series. So we've seen it through the years. These wild card teams, they sneak in. They're low payroll. If you look at the Tampa Bay Rays over the last 10 years, It's not always about payroll, but for a fan base in a market like LA, if you put together a roster with that type of money, you expect to win. So to your point, this is huge for them.
Absolutely. Now looking at the Padres, right? Last year, they were 3rd in payroll, okay? And they didn't make the postseason. This year, they slash it. They're 15th on the payroll. They have their core guys. Jackson Merrill looks like he's going to be a part of that. How much do you expect them to stay competitive with that payroll strategy? And do you think they can compete, further than an NLDS?
Yeah, I don't think they're going anywhere. I mean, outside of Tanner Scott and maybe a couple other guys, there's not that many. I'm trying to think off the top of my head, guys that are going to be free agents. They don't have that many. So this team's going to look very similar next year. And I think, I thought this is baseball at this point in the season. It's not always the best team that wins. It's the hottest team right now, right this moment. I thought the Phillies were better than the Mets, but the Mets were hotter right now. I thought San Diego was better than the Dodgers. You look at the Dodgers and the issues with their pitching staff and their starting pitching. Doesn't matter. Freddie Freeman's hurt. Doesn't matter. He's still out there getting knocks and limping around making plays. So it's not necessarily the best team that wins at this point in the season. It's whoever's playing the best baseball right now. Looking forward to 2025 with the San Diego Padres team, I think they'll be right back in this position playing to work deep into the postseason again next season.
Yeah, and Padres fans hoping that they can actually hit some runs or get some runs in an elimination game. Well, Middlebrooks, we appreciate your time. Don't go anywhere, though. We still got to talk about NLCS.